warming up, as you were just saying, of course, and with the warmer temperatures, it's a perfect time to start thinking, all right, bathing suit season, let's get in shape, folks. But you know what? You don't even need a gym membership. With the great outdoors that we have in Arizona, it's so easy to really get a workout started, and that's why trainer Amy Regan is joining us this morning to show us how we can use the great outdoors, whether it's in our own backyards, in our own neighborhoods, or if you're out hiking or enjoying our parks. There's ways you can use what you have around you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to show you today, Tess, and this is Carol. She's going to demonstrate some exercises.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you how you can combine a cardiovascular workout with some strength training. So we're going to start with the lower body, doing a squat. This is for all your lower body muscles, and it's important to get some help with this too when you're first starting out. Carol needs to make sure she gets her hips back, her legs are wide. She can add a side kick to this. And she's going to get some work for the outer thigh, which we all like to work.
What do you find the biggest mistake that people do when they're doing a squat?
The biggest mistake with a squat is that they don't get their hips back far enough. So Carol, you really have to, I hate to say it that way, but you have to stick your bottom out in order to get in the right position.
Push it out.
You got to stick the butt out. There we go. So from there, we can go to some upper body exercises. And if you're walking in your neighborhood, you might have a bench or a block wall where you can use this chair today. This is a push-up. It's a modified push-up. You want to make sure that you keep your abs tight. Carol's doing a perfect push-up here.
She's not going too
upper
far
body,
down,
not going too far down. If you're new to exercise, again, you might limit your range of motion and limit the number of reps you do till you get stronger.
Is there an easier way to do that for those who are really just beginning?
If it's higher, you could actually do it up against a wall. The higher you are with your body, the easier it is, the less challenging.
I'll be standing straight
You're going to start against the wall. So we're going to go right to dips. Now, dips are for your triceps. It's the back part of your arms, which we all like to keep that nice and toned. If your legs are straight like this is a little bit more challenging. Carol, if you bend your knees, you can feel that's a little less challenging that way.
And how many reps are you doing of each of these things, and how much of a break are you taking in between?
Well, you're going to start out probably with sets of 8 to 10. And then you can work your way up to reps to sets of 20 as you get stronger. And you can break that up into sets. Once you get up around 20, you're going to break that up into sets.
And you can do this gradually. You don't have to rush it all
work
in the same
up to it. Work up to it. So from here, if we have a street lamp, a post, anything, we use these bands. These bands cost about $12, very inexpensive. There's a couple different kinds. If you got these, a lot of people have these at home.
They work
maybe
the same
physical
way.
therapy, This is working your back. This is a row. And Carol's in a lunge position, and she switches legs so that she's getting the work in both legs.
So it's working on her legs too, not just her arms.
Her legs at the same time. Now she's doing bicep curls. So you can actually get an entire body workout right outside in your neighborhood, outside your office, wherever you are.
And people will say, but you know what, those machines, you know, you go to the gym, is that truly going to give you a different workout though?
It's going to give you, everything you do gives you a different workout. But you can duplicate the same exact thing wherever you are. It's about moving your body, building your muscles.
And you can use your own weight as the weight.
You can always use your own body weight.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Let's go over here. I know you said, you know, you often
So
come
if you're
across
on a trail
like that.
Let's say you're hiking on a trail, you've got boulders. You can use boulders to do your workout. So here, Carol's going to demonstrate a push-up.
So this is going to be harder than when we were standing up against the wall.
It is because she's lower down. So that makes it more challenging.
And she's more advanced, people.
And she's got great form. Now she's showing the dips. And usually if you're hiking, you have some elevation, so you don't have to worry so much about working the lower body.
And the good thing is you're already usually hopefully in proper gear, whether it's your shoes or your clothes, right?
Exactly.
What's your recommendation for people who they do want to do this, they want to get started and really just don't know how? You know, they're just afraid.
I absolutely recommend getting a qualified trainer to help you get started because the form is so critical.
And it's getting it just a few times, and that can make all the difference once you learn it.
Once you learn it, you should be all set. But that's very important.
Carol, you should have a piece of chocolate now that you worked it all up. I'm teasing, Amy.
He's teasing.
Amy's actually going to stick around, and coming up in the next hour, we're going to talk about, forget about, again, a gym membership. How about inside your own house, turning any room into a great workout? So we'll see you in the next hour.
All right,
thank you very much, ladies.
Coming up here, how to get the workout you need for a bikini body without going to the gym. And you can do it at your own home. Save some money.
We'll talk about it.
Maybe, if I get the right body.
Welcome back, everyone. 72 degrees on a beautiful Easter Sunday morning. Thanks for staying with us. All right, after you've had that big Easter brunch or lunch or dinner, you may want to start thinking about bikini season. I know it's right around the corner, folks. So that's why we have Amy Regan this morning, who's with Desert Spirits Fitness, joining us this morning to talk a little bit about how to do your own workout without having to go to the gym and literally doing it inside any room in your house. It's that easy.
It is that easy. And earlier today we did a segment outside that showed you some of these same exercises that I'm going to show you how to do right inside your home.
Okay.
So there's no reason not to work out. You can do it wherever you are.
All right, and Carol's our model, who our fitness, she's also, she works out regularly, so she's doing the harder ones, but you'll show us some easier moves as well,
I'm going to show you something that
good.
everyone can do.
Okay.
So we're going to start with a lower body exercise. This is a squat. Yeah. Yep. And it's good to get some instruction, especially if you haven't done these kinds of things before, because you want to make sure you can see Carol's form is good. She's getting her hips back. She's in good position, and she's moving her arms too, so she's working out her shoulders at the same time.
And how low do you want to be going?
Initially starting out, you're going to go as low as you're comfortable going.
Okay.
As you get stronger, you can go lower, but never lower than 90-degree bend in the legs.
Okay, so like you're sitting in a chair. No lower than that.
No lower than that.
Okay, very good. And how many sets and reps?
Well, you could start out with possibly 8 to 10 reps, and as you get stronger, you'll add more to that. So you can work up to 20 reps and maybe 2 or 3 sets of 20 reps as you're stronger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting
so from there,
tired
let's go
watching
right
her.
into a lunge. So let's just quickly show what the lunge is. The lunge you have to make sure you're in a good position for.
Okay.
Possibly not go down too low to starting out.
Is that a big mistake that folks make when they're doing
They
this?
do, and one of the other mistakes they make is when they're doing the lunge, they bring the knee in front of the toe, and that can cause a lot of knee stress.
So don't go over.
So important to remember to keep the knee behind the toe.
Okay, very good. And the same with this, doing 8 to 10 reps on each side?
Same thing. Go by how it feels and get some instruction.
Do you want to be taking a break in between at all, or should you go from one move to the next?
Right, once you're working your way up to 10 or 15 reps, you can take a break and then do another set, or you could do a different exercise. So we could go right from this into a push-up.
Okay.
So Carol, let's go ahead and show them a push-up. This is a modified push-up. This would be one of the easier ways to do it. Carol's going to make sure she gets her shoulders forward, drops her hips in, and her whole body comes down to the floor at the same time. Abs are tight, and there's less of her body that she's lifting up and down.
Okay.
As she gets stronger, she could go to her toes.
To her toes. And how important is breathing when you're doing these exercises?
You want to make sure you breathe.
I know, I was trying to ask for a tip on that.
Right, actually, you exhale with exertion, but the most important thing to do is to make sure you're not holding your breath.
Don't hold your breath. Okay, very good.
Don't hold your breath.
All right, you've got some resistance bands here.
Right, these are resistance bands. There's a couple different kinds. I just brought this other one. This is a flat band. You can use either one.
Okay.
And Carol is demonstrating how to do a row.
And what have you done with the band? You simply slipped it under the couch.
This is under the leg of the couch, so make sure it's something sturdy that's not going to move.
Okay.
You could have a family member or a pet sit on your couch to keep it more stable.
Oh, that would be fun, getting the dog involved.
Get them all involved. Have them wait the bench.
Okay.
All right, and we can go right from there to arm exercise, which would be for your triceps. And this is similar to what we had shown earlier in the early segment that we did on boulders and we did outside.
Okay,
but you can do this right inside your living room on a coffee table or an end table.
Does it matter how low or how high of a table?
That's about the right distance, because you want enough room for your body to move up and down.
Okay, so I can't cheat and do it like on a counter?
You couldn't really cheat and do it on a counter.
You mean not the same workout, right?
It's not quite the same.
Right, you see, I need a lot of help in this,
you need a little
can
bit,
tell.
right.
Okay.
Well, that's why we have modifications. Those are called modifications.
Okay, very good.
So lastly, what we want to do is get the core involved. So Carol, let's do a couple of crunches on the floor.
Sit-ups are very common. A lot of people do them. You're calling them crunches, but what's the biggest mistake that people do in sit-ups?
The biggest mistake that people make is they pull on their head, so they make it a neck event, and it really isn't a neck event. It's about using your abs to come up. So you're going to rest your head in your hands. You should feel the weight of your head in your hands. And if you want to make this more challenging, you can bring your knees up at the same time, so you're crunching into a ball.
Okay. And then exhaling when she comes up.
Exhale with exertion. Don't hold your breath.
See, I'm getting that breathing thing.
Don't hold your breath.
Okay.
Exactly.
We sure appreciate it. If folks are just getting to start a workout, it's really important because you talk about form. What's the best way to make sure you're doing it the right way?
The best way to make sure you're doing it the right way is to hire a certified trainer, get them to work with you to show you exactly how to do these things. That's really critical.
And I love that once you do that, you can do all the exercises in your own home, or as
you
we
can
did
do
earlier,
them anywhere.
outside.
You can do them anywhere you are. There's no excuse, not weather, not time.
Not the weather for sure here in the Valley.
Right,
Thank you so much, ladies.
You're very welcome.
Again, Amy Regan with Desert Spirit Fitness, and we'll have all the information on azfamily.com.